What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk about Awaken Abilities. We are going to take a look at the Awaken Abilities of the 3 new legendary characters that we have available and answer the question if these Awaken Abilities have any impact into the game. I was able to unlock the passive for Black Cat recently, and we're going to take a look at her in action without Awaken Abilities and with Awaken Abilities and see if it's going to be worth it or not. We also check out the Awaken Abilities from the other characters and see how they compare to the ones from the Horseman characters and why the Horseman characters Awaken Abilities were so much better compared to these new characters. And then you have to decide for yourself if it's going to be worth for you to pursue these Awaken Abilities or if it's just something that you should definitely skip. So this is going to be the topic for this video, and as always, if you like the information on this video, make sure you share the video with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content and make sure you smash that like button like a boss. Okay, so let's start off with the Awaken Abilities of the Horseman characters. So this was the first type of Awaken Abilities that we had in the game, and it definitely set the stage for these new legendary characters, right? Because it was something brand new, and they were abilities that really impacted the game. How they impacted the game? So for example, with Morgan Le Fay, she would give more health and resistance to her team, but not only to her team, but also to the Horseman characters. So this means that whenever you pair up Rogue with Morgan Le Fay, the Rogue would get more health and more resistance, and Morgan Le Fay would get more damage. And this would work across multiple game modes. So whether you're using these characters in Arena or in Dark Dimension or in Cosmic Crucible or wherever you want to use them, even in Blitz, the characters would have additional benefits out of pairing up these Awaken Abilities and the Horseman characters together. Now, it's not the same for these new legendary characters. The Awaken Abilities that they have a specific opportunity where you can use them, also a specific time window where they will be relevant, and beyond that, these Awaken Abilities will no longer be relevant, which is definitely a problem and definitely diminish the value of these new legendary characters compared to the previous ones. So first off, we're going to start talking about Nova, and Nova unfortunately is the worst character of all of these new legendaries and their Awaken Abilities. So the Awaken Ability of the passive of Nova, it's only usable against Cosmic characters. You can see right here, Cosmic characters cannot gain a defense up, and this is only useful in Alliance Wars offense. So we have a huge restriction when it comes into game modes, and also use restriction when it comes into teams that you can use against. So if you take a look at the Cosmic characters that we have available, we have Eternals, we have Infinity Watch, maybe Hero Asgardians that we use in Alliance Wars, Black Order maybe, but none of these teams are like super powerful, not even close to the same level of Nowhere, and this is why it's a little bit disappointing that we have such a restricted frame of work to use these characters on. None of these characters are particularly like advanced war meta by any means, and maybe for sure the Awaken Abilities were used to help on the mirror match, and this is why they are for offense only. But at the end of the day, it's something that we had to pay for. At least some people had to pay for these abilities, and the value is just not there because, once again, we are not facing this kind of teams on defense, and even if you are facing, it's not going to be worth it to use Nowhere against Hero Asgardians or Infinity Watch or anything like that. The other Awaken Abilities, for example, the Special is like the dumbest ability ever, and whoever developed this, you should be fired. So look at this. This is a turn 1 ability that requires Nova Force, which is a turn 2 ability. So you have to use your ultimate first, so after you can use a special to use after the benefits, but this is going to be only on the turn 3 because you have to use the basic on the first turn. Does this make any sense? No, it doesn't make any sense, and it's a big problem because it seems like the developers they have no idea what the F they are doing. So yeah, the fact that the special requires the Nova Force to be active in order to do anything it's so inconsequential, right? Maybe if you are on a mirror match, maybe if the match lasts like 20 turns, this is going to be impactful, but let's be honest, it's not going to be, and it's just pointless. It's a very, very pointless Awaken ability. The basic same thing requires Nova Force to be active. Once again, this is a turn 2 ability, so the Awaken abilities for Nova, apart from the passive, are pretty much inconsequential. Now, when it comes to Black Cat, the situation is a little bit different because she's an arena character and she's part of the arena meta, right? So whether you're using her on offense or defense, you should see Black Cat in arena, and specifically her passive is quite strong because it stops the enemies from spawning with death proof, and this means that you're going to be able to one-shot the enemy Black Cat a lot faster. Supposedly this is how it's going to work. Now, in terms of the other Awaken abilities, the ultimate, once again, it's a turn 2 ability that most of the times you are not going to have the chance to use, and then you have the basic that ignores defense up while she does piercing damage, which is also ignoring defense up to a degree. So once again, we have inconsequential abilities, and we also have the time frame that, yes, right now Black Cat, she's arena meta, but is Black Cat going to be arena meta when Mephisto comes out? Let's be honest, probably not, right? And finally, we have the Green Goblin, which is the character that has the most value out of his Awaken abilities, because when he has the Awaken ability on the passive, he is able to apply defense up to all Superior 6 allies on spawn, and this is very important right now when it comes to Cosmic Crucible meta. And then we have the ultimate, gives him more charges on Cosmic Crucible offense, and the basic is the one that is the least consequential. But overall, these Awaken abilities for Green Goblin are better, but that's because the character is a lot better. The game mode is a lot more you can see this type of teams a lot more often, and you're going to be able to use these characters a lot more often. Even that the three of them have absolute no value on defense, while once again the Horseman characters, whether it was on defense or on offense, they would always have value. And this is why Scopely cannot ask money for these abilities, and they try really hard to sell the Green Goblin abilities, but they cannot ask us for money when the power of the abilities have such a limited time frame, have such a limited utility, and have such a little amount of game modes where you can use them. Okay, so with this in mind, what should you do with your resources? You should definitely get the Black Cat passive, you should definitely get the Green Goblin passive and the ultimate, and you should definitely get the Nova passive. Even that is not super important, maybe in the future is going to be useful. Beyond that, you should definitely save your Awakened materials and see what the future brings. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at Black Cat in action and see how impactful this ability is, and why you should definitely prioritize the passive of Black Cat to be your first Awakened ability on your 3 new legendary characters. Okay, so here we are. Let's take a look at the Awaken abilities. This is without the Awaken abilities of Black Cat. Okay, this is without the Awaken abilities, then we'll see the Awaken abilities. So we're going to take a look at how difficult the fight is and how fast the fight is as well, right? Because it's important to save time. Okay, so both the Black Cats are spawning with the death proofs and immunity. Then we are going to turn rewind the enemy Apocalypse, also apply some negative effects to Quicksilver. We have some damage there going on from Spider-Man Big Time, which unfortunately was not able to use his Disrupt, but it's not necessary. I'm going to focus on that Quicksilver. Black Cat is attacking me, we are 30 seconds in, and it's still pretty much the same. Let's see. Now my Super Scroll finally goes, and we are going to turn rewind the enemy Apocalypse or the enemy Super Scroll, which is the best way to go about it. Now, because Black Cat has death proofs, we are not able to turn rewind her or any of the Secret Defender characters. And this is why it's important to get these Awaken abilities on your Black Cat on offense, because that will allow your Super Scroll to turn rewind Robbie Ray's Ghost Rider and also the enemy Black Cat. So you can see we have a bunch of negative effects on our faces. Quicksilver is gone. Now we're gonna go after the enemy Super Scroll. Now goes Apocalypse. We are already 2 minutes in, 1.5 minutes in, so it's taking a lot of time to deal with this match. A lot of negative effects that can compromise our chances of winning the match. Ability block on enemy Apocalypse. Now we are going to try to turn rewind the Black Cat. It's still not possible, as you guys can see. She stays with full speed bar. Okay, there we go. We are 2 minutes in. We are still struggling to beat these. Now I'm going to throw all my negative effects into the enemy Black Cat. We are able to delete her. And now we are going to go after the Apocalypse. So as you guys can see, this was 2 minutes. And there was a lot of risk involved into this match, where we had so many negative effects everywhere because of Robbie Ray's and Black Cat that at any point they could have killed my Super Scroll, my Apocalypse, or any of my other characters. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the Awaken ability in action. So let's activate it. 200,000 gold. Gold right now it's not a big deal, but spending 200,000 gold still feels a little bit on the premium side. So here we go, let's do that. Awaken ability activated. And now, once again, on offense, in Arena. On offense, in Arena, characters cannot spawn with death proof, right? Yeah, with death proof. Okay, so we're gonna use the same team, same position, same opponent. We are facing maximum effect, I think, and we are going to use pretty much the same team, and you'll see the difference in terms of negative effects, being able to turn rewind the enemies, and also being able to speed up the process of defeating these. Defeating the enemies faster is important if you are trying to get as many ranks as possible, because sometimes you get catapulted to rank 20 and you really want to catch up on the last 10 minutes. Okay, so here we go. The enemy Super Scroll turn rewinds my Black Cat, but she doesn't get turn rewinded because we have the death proofs. But now look at that. I'm going to be able to turn rewind the enemy Black Cat and the enemy Robbie Ray's because they have no negative effects. Now I'm going to be able to apply Disrupt to the enemy Super Scroll. Now I'm going to be able to turn rewind again with Hard Light. We're going to turn rewind Apocalypse and Black Cat. Now I'm going to stun the enemy Super Scroll because I didn't have to use my Disrupt on the other characters. And we are less than 1 minute in, and it's looking a lot better, right? Here goes Apocalypse. Black Cat is already on her knees. Super Scroll is gone. Apocalypse is gone. And Robbie Ray's is gone. Like, everyone is gone. And this is the same team. So you can see that we were able to beat the enemies 1 minute faster. And look how many... We have all the characters alive. And we have no negative effects, full health, and it looks so much better. So yeah guys, that's the power of the new Awaken abilities for the new legendary characters. Unfortunately, they are kind of a scam because the opportunity for you to use them, the window of opportunity, the amount of game modes, and the different occasions where you can use them, it's very limited. It's going to be on a very specific moment on the meta that we are living in, and after that we don't know, but it seems like these abilities are not going to get a lot of value. In my opinion, the character with the most value, at least for now, is going to be Green Goblin. Maybe in the future Nova is going to be the best character, but at least definitely the worst character right now. And Black Cat is the one that has the most impact on the arena meta that we are facing today. Maybe not the case when we'll be facing Mephisto. But that's all for now, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these Awaken abilities. Do you agree with me that they are kind of a scam, or you think that they are better than the ones from the Horseman characters? I definitely prefer the ones with Horseman characters. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.